What's up, briefers? Welcome back to another episode of Zoa Tank Boys. I'm here in Vancouver, and we're gonna take a look at the aquarium. Let's go. Alright guys, so we have scored 2 Teslas in Vancouver. Off to the aquarium. Let's go, let's go. Okay, so here we have the first aquarium. This is definitely salt water. I believe this is salt water. Wow. Let's see the description so we can see what these are. Yeah, so definitely saltwater aquarium. Tons of what looks to be anemones. Yep. Oh wow, look at those bubble tips back there. Tons of anemones. Guys, and those are about 2 feet long. Wow, look at the size of that shrimp. Guys, that shrimp is at least 6 inches long. What is that? Cool hermit, starfish, gobies. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Sea cucumber. Look at that rock flower. Oh, that's pretty cool. Alright guys, so let's see where this journey takes us. Alright guys, check this anemone aquarium out. These are all bubble tips. I believe these are all bubble tip anemones. Or does it say bubble tips?
Paint-to-sea anemones, rubber anemones, orange.
Oh, there's no I don't think these are bubble tips.
And tennis ball sponge.
Tennis ball sponge. That's so crazy.
There's also red salt.
Yeah, that one right there. There's some corals there. That's so cool. From here, I could already see those. That's all sun corals. Oh, we can start here. This is so cool, dude. So freaking cool. So none of these corals are photosynthetic. So most corals live in photosynthesis. All of these are individual organisms that eat. So you have to spot feed all of these guys.
That's nuts.
Or they eat phytoplankton. In an established reef, they'll eat phytoplankton. These guys are anthias. That's a clownfish, it's a yellow, that's a purple tang. That's so cool. Oh, look at these garden eels. Oh yeah, dude. Garden eels. You know what's so cool is that at the fish stores, you don't see a fully established aquarium. You just see the little frags. So it's kind of cool to see all of this stuff.
It is the Red Sea.
Yeah, a lot of the corals and a lot of the things are Red Sea based. That's insane. And then you'll see these purple guys.
Yeah.
They're the males. The pink are the females, and they'll attack every once in a while for dominancy. All right, guys, this is all sun coral, 100% sun coral. Anthias and a couple tanks. Look how big this aquarium is. Whoop. That is insane. This is not salt water. Sometimes seeing stuff like this makes me want to do a freshwater aquarium, but I love salt water too much. Alright guys, so this is insane. Check this out. Wow. Talk about jellyfish. Alright guys, so for the reefers, there's a little bit of reef over there. But real quick, let's look at this one. We have some chromies, some yellow chorus grasses. Beautiful. That's looks like a leather, but it's not. It's actually a mushroom. Looks like a big fuzzy mushroom, kinda. Yeah, that's too thin to be a leather. But who knows? Leave a comment below if you've seen it. That is cool. We almost missed this. Alright guys. Here we have the mixed reef. Candy cane, trumpet coral, stylophora. Beautiful Monty bird's nest. Hammer's bubbles. And look at them up there. Probably were moving to try this.
Oh, you see someone feeding them.
We almost missed it. Oh, dude. That is an engineer goby. I have 2 of those in my aquarium. But these are full-blown engineer gobies. Dude, those are amazing. I've never seen them that big. Wow. Guys, if you watch the video in the JBJ, I have 2 engineer gobies. Look how big they get.
They're alive in here too. Look, they're moving around.
Dude, they're absolutely harmless. They're not heels. If you look at their faces, like a puppy face.
I want to see this.
They don't
Oh,
eat fish.
heels.
It's an
Oh my
engineer
goodness.
goby.
This is underwater, like deep.
Alright guys, we got the lionfish display. Oh, is that a Fumiashi? Multiple different breeds. That is cool, guys. Alright guys, so the next one that I'm going to show you is probably one of my favorites. So it's the bubble tips with the clownfish. Look at how many bubble tips are in here. Rainbow bubble tips. So 90% of these are rainbow bubble tips with the green. You can kind of see the green hue on them. Right over here. Blue hippo tank. Tomini tank. Look at all the clowns. Wow, look at all these nems. I kind of wish they were to put, if you were to put this blue and they give you orange glasses, the orange knocks out the blue and leaves you the fluorescent, and you would see straight neon. Alright guys, so talk about a nano tank. Leather coral, even some Aptasia. Yo, Vic, come here. You see that?
Yeah.
That little hairy thing right there?
Mm-hmm.
That's an anemone. These guys.
Yeah.
Those are called Aptasias. You kill those. Because they eat your coral. They'll kill your coral.
Wow.
Yeah. But just like those multiply over and over and over and over, that's what the other ones do too.
Got it.
Like, see, that's a coral. That's a Montipora. And something like that did that and stung it. Look at that.
What is it?
All right, guys, so this is cool. Look how active these guys are. Oh man, I show up and they literally went in the water. I know they want fish. Let's see if they'll come out. Dude, you can literally hear them breathing. What are these guys? What are they called?
Harbor Field and Northern Florida. These are Northern Florida, the only ones that are harbor.
Wow. Look at that. All right, guys, this is pretty cool. Look at these guys. I think I have fish. Look at them coming to me. Is that a special penguin in the back? Or is he just...
Molting.
He's molting?
Yep.
What is that?
He's setting his feathers and he'll grow new ones.
Oh, I see a gift one.
That is so cool. Let's see if it comes back this way.
Oh my.
Dude,
Big one.
look how big that thing is. There's so many of them. Yeah, guys, this is definitely worth it.
I got downstick.
All right, reefers, so we're actually on our way to the LFS. So with the aquarium, with the JBJ65, essentially what is happening, the tank is still relatively new. It became balanced regarding bacterias and all that fun stuff. But then I went on a 10-day trip for work. I went to Alaska, and those 2 weeks, of course, when you're not there every single day working on it, nitrates crept up a little bit more than I'd like. I also upgraded, if you saw the last video, to the Radeon G6, which is significantly stronger. So there were some major changes from the bacterias to the nitrates to a lot more lighting, and that created a small imbalance. I believe it's either nuisance algae or a little bit of cyanobacteria. Not a big deal. The cool thing is, I've been in the reefing hobby for a while, so I've come across this a couple times. So the key to eliminating a lot of nuisance algae and or cyanobacteria essentially is up your flow, cut back your photosynthetic period, aka your lighting, and then manage your nutrients. So in the office aquarium, I do have the little in-back refugium, which is dialed in, working incredibly. The skimmer is actually working really well, which was another thing that went out while I was gone. It was overflowing, and of course the cup wasn't big enough to withhold 2 weeks worth of waste. So taking all that into consideration, water change, new filter floss, skimmer, lowering the lighting, all these things are really gonna help me eradicate that algae. But the first thing we have to do is get some water so we could really take a lot of the nutrients out. So, but before I do that, I gotta get some coffee, because I just finished work, I'm tired, I'm not ready, and I'm not crazy. So, let's go. All right, reefer, so here we have the JBJ 65 gallons, and it's looking rough. The lights have been on all day. We got the G6 Radeon 2 AI primes. The Nero's running, but the tank looks a little rough. We got cyano, tons of algae on the glass, and the reason that happened is I took a big trip. And while I took a big trip, like I said, when I was driving, I upgraded the light to a stronger light. Flow hasn't been the strongest, and I haven't done a water change in a while. So, I was gone for about 2 weeks in Alaska for work. But now we gotta get this puppy up to speed. So nice thing is, guys, all the corals are fine. The black widow's fine, the chalices, frog spawns, hammers. I even got some new shrooms, but we have cyano everywhere. So a couple things that I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna wipe the glass, then we're gonna get to work. So, how do we eliminate cyano? Well, for starters, I could use ChemiClean, but I don't think I need it. because this is, and this might not even be cyano, it could just be some nuisance algae. But essentially what I'm gonna do is I am definitely gonna up my flow, and I am gonna clean that power head. I'm gonna up the flow. I'm also gonna lower my lighting period. Apart from that, we gotta clean the skimmer, and we gotta replace all the media. So, a couple key things to eradicate cyanobacteria is lowering your nitrates, because essentially what it is you have really high nutrients. So, first I'm going to clean the glass, then from there, I am going to do the water change. And then of course, while all the corals are happy, who doesn't like a new water change? So, let's go. Alright guys, first I'm going to do is start cleaning the glass, because this is going to release a lot of algae into the tank. Last thing I want to do is do the water change, then do this, just because I feel like you're just going to release a lot of that back into the aquarium. I am going to have to use a razor as well to get a lot of the stubborn algae. I don't want to mess with the cyanide bed too much because I am going to siphon it. But there's so much gunk on this. There's so much gunk here. I did recently come in here and start with the razor, but then I went on my trip, and then that's what caused it. Yeah, you can see a lot of this gunk just coming off the glass. I know the phosphates are pretty high in this tank, just by the rate that the glass gets cloudy. I'm gonna see if I can get a lot of this stubborn glass algae off with this. If not, I do have a little scraper that I use. And then for a lot of the other stuff, I am gonna siphon out. That's why I don't want to disturb it too much. That should leave this tank almost brand new once I do this. Guys, don't forget the easiest way to support this channel is to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you've dealt with cyano, and if you're dealing with it now. I know this one's a really common algae because many of us got other stuff going on, and it's super easy to get caught up and maybe miss a week or two of water changes. And I do have another business trip coming up, but luckily that's a shorter 3-day trip. So that shouldn't be a big deal. Alright guys, so we're going to take this out. Got the citric acid right here. Perfect. I'm going to put this right over here. Key is to siphon as much of the cyano as possible. Alright, let's get really close in here. Let's switch. I'm gonna dust a lot of this, dust a lot of the rocks while I'm at it, because there is a lot of cake on here. Alright guys, I'm going to move my gold hammer because I do want to update the flow. Alright guys, pretty clean, brand new essentially. Boom. Alright reefers, so here we have the JBJ65 24 hours later. As you can see, the affiliates are looking pretty good. There's the new position for the hammer. Significantly less algae than we saw yesterday, but I'm pretty sure it's going to take a couple more siphonings for it to be 100% perfect. But yeah, everything is looking pretty good. You move the Nero from here, it's right over here, so it's nice and clean. But yeah, no complaints. The skimmer already got to replace the cup. So a couple cool things about that skimmer. It skims a lot. The only downside is the cup is small because it's meant for a smaller aquarium. But I do like the fact that all it does is suck, and clean. So, but yeah, guys, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Don't forget, guys, easiest way to support this channel is to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Till next time, Zoa Tank Boys out.